I provided her with a free wildlife encounter, so I drove up to this amazing campsite last Friday after the worst week at work ever. It's this huge place right by a river, like several acres of open grass where you could fit hundreds of tents and never even see your neighbors. I just wanted to sit by my fire, drink some beer, and forget about my boss screaming at me for 3 days straight. I set up my tent in this perfect spot overlooking the water, far away from everyone else. Saturday morning, I wake up, make some coffee, and decide to take a walk along the river to clear my head. I'm gone maybe an hour. When I get back, there's a couple setting up their massive tent, literally 15 feet from mine. Not 15 yards, 15 feet. I'm looking around at all this empty space, thinking, really? Out of all this land, you picked a spot right next to the one other person here? So I walk over, trying to be friendly. Hey there, I'm Mike. Beautiful morning, right? The woman looks up from organizing her stuff and goes, yes, it's lovely. I'm Karen. Every single bag and cooler has Karen written on it in big letters. I'm thinking, this has got to be a joke. I go, nice to meet you, Karen. So there's tons of space here if you want a little more privacy. She stands up and looks at me like I'm an idiot. Actually, it's Karen, not Karen. Karen. The pronunciation is completely different because there's only one R. I'm standing there thinking, lady, that's definitely not how names work. But her husband behind her is giving me this look like, please just go with it. I've been dealing with this all my life. So I'm like, oh, sorry, Karen. Anyway, there's plenty of room if you want to spread out a bit. She goes, actually, this works perfectly. This way you can keep an eye on our stuff when we go swimming or hiking. I blink at her. What if I'm a thief? Well, now we have your name and license plate, so you better make sure nothing happens to our things. The audacity was incredible. She basically just made me her unpaid security guard. The whole day continued like this. Karen complained about the noise when I chopped firewood. She asked me to move my car because it was blocking her view. She even suggested I put out my campfire earlier because the smoke was drifting toward their tent. By evening, I was ready to pack up and leave just to get away from her. That's when I noticed something. They had their garbage bags sitting outside their tent, completely unsecured. Now, I'd camped here before. I knew that kangaroos come through at night looking for food scraps. They'll tear open any bag left outside and make a huge mess. I was about to warn them when an idea hit me. I went to my cooler and grabbed all the fruit I brought. Apples, pears, some really ripe peaches. I cut everything up like I was making a fruit salad, then walked over near their tent. When Karen and her husband went inside for the night, I sprinkled fruit pieces all around their campsite, not just near the garbage, everywhere. Then I sat by my fire and waited. Around midnight, I heard it, this rustling sound, then bumping against their tent. The kangaroos had arrived and they were going crazy for the fruit. Then I heard Karen's voice from inside the tent, all panicked. Honey, what is that noise? Go check what's outside. But before her husband could move, these possums I'd seen the night before came crashing down from the trees right onto their tent roof. If you've never heard possums fight, it sounds like someone's being murdered. They make these horrible screeching, growling noises that would wake the dead. Karen started screaming at the top of her lungs. Then their car lights started flashing and I heard the beep beep of the doors unlocking. Karen came flying out of that tent in her pajamas, dragging her sleeping bag, and dove into their car. I couldn't help myself. I yelled from my tent, Karen, you're scaring the animals! In the glow of their car's interior light, she turned and gave me a look that could have melted steel. They packed up and left before sunrise. Karen looked like she hadn't slept at all. Best camping weekend I ever had.